Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft with me, Lucy. Hi! How's everyone doing today? It is time for us guys to get down to the business. That is awful. That is an awful pun. But yes, we're definitely going to be as busy as a bee today because we're going to be building a bee farm. Woo! Bee farm time. Yep, it is that time. I was thinking about the stuff that I'm going to need for building the rest of the castle. And something that I think I need is actually really like these what are they? Bee home things. Beehives. I really like the beehives. I love the texture on them, especially the one that is on the top here. I know a lot of people use it as a floor. I want to do so as well. And I also would like candles and honey blocks and all that good stuff. So I think it's time for us to steal a couple of these beehives and work out how we can automate this. Silk touch, this should technically work. It's nighttime, so all the bees have gone inside. Let's pick them up. Oh, they don't stack. Okay. And one more. Let's place the storage down. And grab the last beehive. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yes, I got it. Bell! Where's my horse? Where's my horse? There you are. Let's get to safety, pal. Alright, now that we have the beehives, it's time to work out where we're going to be putting our bee farm. And I'm kind of feeling like this little indent on the hill would be very cute. And this whole area, I'm kind of planning to be the animal area. We're going to relocate our cows and our sheep and chickens and pigs and all of that good stuff into the sort of side of the island, and I think the bees would go nicely here basically. So let's, I suppose, flatten out some land, and we're gonna start with actually figuring out what our bee farm is going to look like from the inside first. So basically I need to build the farm before I can build the building for the farm, because I don't know how much space I'm going to need. I have never worked with bees before, so I'm really excited for this. I think in theory, from what I've seen people do, it should be fairly straightforward. You just have do you have the beehive kind of facing into an observer? I think so. And then that, whoa, I did not mean to do that. Then the observer triggers a dispenser with either shears or bottles, and then you just have those get picked up by a hopper basically. So hopefully that'll be fine. I will terraform this kind of corner of a hill back into its original shape once I'm done, and I know how much space I need, but I do kind of want it to be going into a hill because it's not really something we've done yet, and I think it'll be cute. Yay, the shovel's so good. I think we're gonna go bottom up because I know it needs to be at the bottom, and that is our barrel for collecting the honey. And then we're gonna put a hopper that goes into it. Next to the hopper, I think, because we need the grass for the bees and we need some petals. Do that. I've put my scaffolding away into a chest. Grab that. Let's just see if we... How do people do this? Do they use mud? You can't put flowers on mud, can you? If I drop this here... Yeah, the hopper's not going to pick up, and you can't use water to wash it away because, well, it'll wash away the flower. How do people get it to get picked up? I suppose what we could do is use a hopper minecart. So we might need to do that. So we would then have a hopper minecart sitting under here, which is on top of the barrel. Can I make a hopper minecart just now? Let's see, where is my... I've got it with me. So minecart. There's the hopper minecart. And how do you make tracks? That's not what it's called. It's called a minecart. No. A rail? A rail. Okay, a stick. Make some rails. Right. So if we do have this, then a track on top, then a hopper minecart, This, as far as I know, hopper minecarts can pick up through blocks, but normal hoppers can't. Here we go, nail that scaffolding. We drop a piece of scaffolding. Yeah, it gets picked up. So I imagine this is what we're going to need to do now. The question is, does it put it in the barrel? Does not. It stays in the hopper. Why is that? Why is that? Do we need to then have another hopper underneath to pull it through? Uh-oh. So we would do hopper. Track. It's getting late. I've not lit up this area that well. Now, if we grab our scaffolding again. Right, does this end up in the bottom? It does. Right, I think that's what we'd have to do. So I have to get 2 sets of hoppers, and then we can use this hopper to either lead it round into like a central area for collecting the honey, or just into a barrel, I suppose, just into a barrel, but we can lead it here instead, so we don't have to go one more block down. So this is probably fine height level for the bees. Okay, I think we need to do some testing here, guys. I'm curious whether you actually need to have this set up here, because I have a feeling I've not seen anybody else building like this. I've not looked up tutorials, but I have watched other YouTubers build bee farms in the past, and I've not seen anyone actually have to use the setup. So I'm curious if actually the dispenser, let's see, beehive. Okay, I'm so scared they're gonna come out and I'm gonna lose all my bees. Right, this is blocked off now. So I've got this dispenser back here. I don't have an observer set up yet, but we'll figure it out in a bit. What we're testing just no. What we're testing just here is whether a hopper can pick it up from under the beehive itself. I just have a feeling that it might be coded to work. It needs to be under the beehive. Let's see, beehive, barrel, like this. Okay, please don't spawn right now. Okay, dokie. I don't know why I'm so nervous of losing these bees, but right, now I need to put a flower in there. And then we wait. I'm pretty sure there's actually bees in this hive, so that should work. We did make a little bee buzzing noise. And I guess, well, we don't even need to wait for bees because this hive is full of honey. So if we put shears in here, and I guess we're just gonna manually trigger it. Ta-da! Will it get stuck on the flowers, or will it get picked up through the hive? Ooh, okay, okie dokie. Ah, it works like this. Okay, scratch all of this then. Scratch that. We don't need this fancy complicated setup, which is great. I did not want to have to listen to a running minecart anytime I'm in this area. Dirt. Right, so that makes things a lot more straightforward. Now, guess we need an observer, huh? This should activate. Now, if my understanding is correct, guys, I'm pretty sure that the dispenser is going to trigger every time the honey level in the farm goes up by 1. So anytime it updates. However, it will only actually harvest the honey when it hits the max level. So it might make a bit more noise than it needs to, but I think this is probably the best way of doing it. Come on, bees, come out and fill up the thing. I hear you in there. I gave it some time and they've not come out, so I think what we're going to need to do is maybe move this whole setup down by 1. Hello. Let's see if the bees want to come out now. Hopefully they do. Everything else should still work the same. It's just the bees are going to have to look at the hopper. That is the only difference. Are you coming back? I don't actually know if there's a bee in there right now. Alright, nothing for quite a while. You are looking at me weird. Nothing for quite a while, they're not coming out, so let's try breaking a block and see if the bees spill out. Yep, the bees spilled out. Oh no! Why is it not liking this block? Look at that, why are you not coming out in here? Do you know it's a death trap? Well, it's not a death trap, you're not gonna die, you're just gonna be mildly uncomfortable. Stuck in there. Would you like to go back in the little hole, please? Guys, I think I know what the problem is. These bees, they don't want to go in the glass chambers. No, 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 no. They are free-range bees. They were living out free-range life before. Look at him. He is shell-shocked. Shell-shocked from having to go in a little glass hole. Does not like it. So, I've decided I need to get myself together. I need to sort this out. I need to refuse the capitalistic ideals of a mass-producing bee farm and accept imperfection and accept genuine bee lifestyles. That's that word. Stand up for bee lifestyles. This is inappropriate. We can't be doing this to these cute little bees. Look at him. He is still stuck there. It's night time. He doesn't know what to do. He says, please, I'll stay out here all night if it means I don't have to go back into that terrible, terrible, terrible beehive stuck in a little glass hole. And I get ya, man. I get ya. I have been in a corporate office before. With those big glass windows, I feel nothing like nice. They feel terrible. Yes, 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 yes. I get you, man. Look at him. Where is he off to? He says, nah. I'm off far away. I'm not going into my office. I'm taking a day off. I feel you, mate. I feel you. This bee shall be the judge of ethical and fair honey farming. I vow to not enslave these bees in a corporate hellhole. But first, we need to test things out because the vision I have kind of feels like the greenhouse. I'm thinking like a big glass dome that the bees live in, and they have a little redstone setup in the middle with the beehive. So it's still automatic, but we're not going for the really condensed kind of bees sitting in like 2x2s with glass blocks. Now we're thinking about more of a wide open space. So what I need to do for that is find out whether bees can go through fences, because we've used a lot of fences here in the stables and I would like to keep that theme going and make this feel a bit more cohesive. Let us grab a beehive. I need oh, there's a bee. Hello. I'm gonna take you over here, please. Okay, hello. Come this way. Oh, you're bouncing around. What's the best way to test this? Can you squeeze through? It doesn't look like you can. So we could make like a fence enclosure for the bees. And cover it up maybe with some leaves to make it look more natural. Let's see. If I pop you here for a little bit bee. Little bee. They seem to not like being on a leash. It just kills their pathfinding. Let's trap you in here. Sorry, it's temporarily. Research purposes. This is not your work. This is just a little experiment. Go down. Ow. Please, stop flying. Here we go, good bee. Then we hit. No. Oh, there's one more. Ah, no. He looks a bit sad in his little glass hut, but I'm gonna put some flowers here. He's gonna try to get to the flowers, and we'll see if he's able to escape through the fence, because I still don't fully trust that these guys are little tiny fellas. I mean, that hole looks big enough for a bee to fly through. It's just whether it's coded that way. So you want to come to me. I've got a flower. Can you get out through that fence? Looks like the answer is no. Okay, I've marked off sort of half circle enclosure here that I'll be using for the bees. But there's, you know, because it's kind of circling right, the fence is not connecting perfectly. especially in like here. And here, yeah, there's quite a few gaps, isn't there? So my options are, I think, either making a bit more block here, and in fact, let's do this. You know, have it like that, and then we'd have to add a block here. So this adds a lot of bulk to the build. It looks okay though. It looks okay though. Or we could just test out and see if bees can get through this gap. So let's do that just now. Hello, little bee. If I can squeeze through, I think you can as well. Yeah, come here. Uh-oh, it broke. I need you to fly upwards, pal. Up. Yeah, oh yeah, 100% you can get through that. Yep. Okay, so that's not going to work. Let's just tie you up here for now. So we're gonna have to, do this. Yeah. And then I suppose we'd have to... Well, this is a bit different because this is between a block. Now, I can't squeeze through, so let's see if Mr. B can squeeze through that side. Hello, come here, please. Can you come here, please? I can't get any closer to that. That's cheating. That's cheating, pal. Hello, come here, please. Okay, they can't get through this way, but they can get through that gap, right? It's not a perfect circle, half circle kind of shape, but I think it'll do. Uh-oh. Did not mean to do that. And yeah, this doesn't look too bad from the inside either. I think I could do is maybe make it more circular on this side, but I do want it to actually be massive. I would like it to be on the smaller side, so this will probably do. And I'll raise it up by a block for sure. Let's see. Now the tricky part is I kind of imagine like a dome kind of roof for this place, and you can't really make a roof out of fence, unfortunately. As fun as that would be to have like a fence with you know, these little bars in them, it's not going to work. But I also don't want to make a roof out of solid blocks. So my options are glass or leaves, I think. And one thing that I do know is that I probably shouldn't be mixing fences and glass. It really clashes, I feel, because the fence are taking the place of windows. And if you have glass and fence windows together, I think it quite often looks a bit weird. I'm sure I've broken that rule many times. I have a feeling I might have broken it in that tower or somewhere else. But because we're going for a fence kind of theme, let's do a full leaf roof. I am so excited. Guys, I just got an idea. Oh my god. What if we have a big tree growing out the middle and we use the tree leaves as going to be a custom tree? What if you use the tree leaves as a roof? I'm so excited to do that. Okay, I might need to make this bigger though if I'm going to have a very big tree. I'm thinking like, like this kind of a log. I mean, it's going to be a big one like this, and then we're gonna have to grow it out, and then the leaves are gonna branch down and make a roof. Oh, I'm so excited to do that, but I'm definitely going to need to expand this area. That is a genius idea, though. Oh, come on, that's tiny. Why can I grow it into a bigger tree? I think I went a bit overboard, guys. I really enjoyed making my big tree. And now I feel a big sense of regret over it actually because it's too good. It's too good to be hidden away by ugly bamboo fence to block in all the bees. So I'm trying to think of the solutions, but while I do that, let me show you guys the tree. Okay. I don't know if it's just me, but I think I've done excellent. There is, wow, look at that. I mean, for custom trees, that's pretty good, isn't it? Okay, this corner definitely needs work. And now that I see it like this, it definitely needs a bit of work. So it's not finished. This side though, I think it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna need to work on the tree line a bit more to kind of finish this enclosure. But I'm trying to think of solutions. I don't think let's see, have we got bamboo fence somewhere? There we go, bamboo fence. I don't think me raising this up too much. There we go, boop, boop, boop. And one more boop here. Oh, come on. Boop. I don't think re-raising this is going to look good to kind of meet the tree line properly. But I also don't want to make the tree any bigger because I think it'll look off balance then. If the canopy of the tree is even bigger than it is now, it will definitely look off balance. So I think my options are to kind of move this enclosure a bit closer to the tree. Now that gives us very little space inside because of all these roots to actually have any sort of a bee setup. At first I was imagining like a few different corners, sorry, a few different spots in here that have the bee farm kind of set up to, so the hives with the observers and everything, and the bees just kind of circle around, and they can use the cherry blossom leaves or the flowers down here to make the honey. But I don't think that's going to work, so I have an idea. I'm gonna move the enclosure a bit closer, I think. So it's gonna be quite a small gap, to be honest. I might even get rid of these logs because it makes everything look a lot more narrow than it should be. I might leave it to just fences and kinda, let's see. It's going to be very hard to make a diagonal. I don't know if that's going to be that might work, depending on how much I raise it up to meet the leaves, because remember, even one block gap means a bee can escape, so this thing is going to be fully enclosed, and I'm thinking, to make up for the lack of space for the bee farm itself, we're gonna make a little cave in here, I think, a little bee cave. Bees like to have their nests in caves, don't they? And that means any redstone I do, we can just hide in there, just to get out as much space as we need instead of having to cram things underground or trying to decorate the outside of it. We just put everything here in this cave, and if their beehives only bees, no, if the bees is all, if the beehive is only in here, then they have no choice but to go in the cave. It's going to be perfect. I ran into a little bit of an issue. Sorry, I was trying to do the fences, but they wouldn't look good. Then I decided to use glass anyways, because I couldn't make any fences look good at all, and I swapped to clear glass, and I still don't really like it. It's miles better than the fences. But what I find is it's so bright. This glass is so bright, even though it's meant to be clear because of the little dots there scattered in, that when you walk further away, like, I stop seeing the tree as a tree, and the kind of trunk becomes separate from the leaves, if that makes sense, and it just looks like a big blob. I don't know if that's just me, maybe I've been looking at it for too long, but I've got my last ditch attempt here to see if I can get something looking a bit better, because at this rate I'm going, I'm just putting leaves everywhere constantly. This is so hard to see, this clear glass. Which is why I thought it might look good, but it does not, unfortunately. It looks better, but not good enough. I'm breaking everything here trying to get these glass panes. Okay, so we're gonna try using green glass instead. It's the only thing I can think of that might work, because it's a lot darker but still see-through, and hopefully I will like the way it looks. What's the best way of placing this down? Let's see. Right. That might be the winner. That looks a lot more natural as a barrier than the clear glass. I think that might be the best we can do. If I still hate it after doing that, I'm just gonna repurpose this tree for something else, because I like this tree so much. I don't want to ruin it with an ugly barrier around it, so we might have to use this for something else and move the bees elsewhere. But let's see how the whole thing looks with green glass. It looks a lot better like this. Okay, I still don't 100% love it, I think we're lacking a bit of contrast with the trunk, but we can't really get darker wood than, well, dark oak. And I've used a bit of mangrove for texturing as well. I think it looks great from in here, but it's just out here, through the glass, it all kind of doesn't pop the way I would like it to pop, but it is still a massive improvement over the clear glass. So I'm going to leave it for just now and think about what I can do. I could maybe add in some details actually, speaking about that. Let's just grab a little bit of this, maybe adding some buttons would be good. Some buttons. That might make it pop a bit more by just having a bit of dimension. That could help. Anyways, I should I should leave that alone for just now and let it sort of sit, and I'll think about it. A zombie villager. Oh, is that the igloo I'm hearing? Okay. That must be the igloo I'm hearing. Well, in here, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna actually finally set up the bees. Set up the bees and their farm. So I'm thinking what we could do is we could have go in sort of diagonally like this. I'm going to extend the grass all the way in as well and add more flowers. I think I want 4 on each side, 4 beehives on each side. One side can do the honey bottles and the other one can do the honeycomb, so the shears. And then I'm going to need some sort of refilling station as well. So somewhere in here on these sides where I can drop off either shears or glass bottles, and then also a collection point somewhere for both sides. So I will probably set up the shears first because I imagine it'll be easier because you don't need to then collect the empty glass bottles. I'm not sure actually exactly how it works, but it just seems like it'll be easier. Aha, so in theory this should work, but I think I made a big oversight here. So I've got my observers here, so this is where the beehives would go, and then the dispensers on this side. Everything is hooked up properly. If I put any block here, the dispenser should try to trigger. You know, they trigger. All good. So that part is working, but I didn't consider the refill hoppers where they would have to go. And they would really have to go on top of this block here, which I am unfortunately using for my wiring. All of these here. So I'm going to have to change this wiring somehow. And I think that might be quite tricky to do without locking the hoppers, but locking them might not be a big issue because the pulses should be quite short from the observer, so it shouldn't get locked for long. But yeah, complete big oversight here. Alright, I swapped the observers out of the dispensers around, and that seems to have sorted out the issue. So hopefully we won't have any problems with this, and I just kind of changed the pattern here so they don't the redstone singles don't mesh. I think it's all fine here. These are all repeaters, so they shouldn't connect to either of these redstone dust pieces. Hopefully that's fine. I think it's just one each, so the ones without the repeater is gonna go off a bit quicker. This sounds weird. I think it's fine. I think it's just one of them activating at a time, which is perfect. So that's, I think, the simpler one. This is the shear. So what we would have to do then, we could either have a water stream at the top here or just another set of hoppers to carry out shears. But we will probably need a dropper vator to actually bring the shears up. Unless I want to put the barrel of the shears barrel like right here. I suppose I could technically reach it, but it might be a bit tall. Okay. But before I get to that, I'm going to then set up the other half of this farm, which is the one where the bottles are going to be going into. I think it's probably going to be a bit more complicated, but I'm glad I'm making it on this side because on this side, yeah, we're running out of space. We've got the igloo right above us, so I don't really want to dig into this because silverfish will pop out. Anytime I think I'm getting good at redstone, I get proven wrong by myself, by my lack of skills. But I think after like 2 whole hours of messing in creative, it took me a very long time to try and get something figured out. I think I've come up with a solution to my problem. Again, I didn't Google any honey farms, even though that probably would have saved me a whole bunch of time because this is a learning experience and I don't know if I've learned anything aside from struggling. But anyways, let me show you guys. So my biggest problems were, that first off, observers don't seem to work very well with the glass balls because unlike shears that will only activate if they can, the bottles will pop out no matter what. So first off, I couldn't use observers, so that threw a wrench in the works. So then I decided to use comparators, but these take up a lot more space. And then I also needed a space free for a hopper to go into the dispenser. And then I also needed a space free for a hopper to come out of the dispenser. So all in all, yeah, it's pretty rough. But let me show you guys what I've got. In fact, this needs to be here. So don't have the hive put in yet, but we're just gonna have to imagine it, and we're a bit tight in space here. Yes, there's absolutely no way to make this like 1 tile or 2 tile wide. This is taking up 3 tiles and it's going in all these different ways, but that's okay. We've got loads of space here. So we're just gonna have a slightly bigger bee cave than I anticipated. Let's talk about this then. I'm gonna try to explain what I did. So first off, imagine this wooden log is the beehive. When the beehive is full of honey, it emits a signal through the comparator, and I think it is a signal strength of 5. So this is what this does. Why did I put that there? Oh wait, no, I think that does need to go there. I'm not. Alright, we're good, we're good. I think I missed out a dust. Again, I can't test this until I put the hive in, but I think this is the correct spot for it from my one terrible screenshot of my creative world. Yeah, so we got a signal strength of 5 coming through here. And this should, when the signal strength reaches the high enough level, hit this block with redstone, which is next to the dispenser, so it will trigger the dispenser. That's only if we have enough honey. So that's problem number 1 of the observers solved. Then problem number 2 was putting in hoppers to deliver the empty glass balls, but thankfully we have a side free here I can use. So that's where these are going to be. And then the last problem, which took me the longest, was sorting out the item filters. I'm not very good at building these because I struggle to understand how they work. I mean, I understand them in theory, but I spent several hours being confused as to why it didn't work just because this front hopper, top one, was facing the wrong way, and apparently that makes a difference. Yeah. I think mine was facing straight down, so yeah, that wasn't very good. Which kind of makes sense because what the item filter does is it blocks this filter, locks it with the redstone signal. So that will stop this hopper from pulling items from above, but it will not it will not stop this hopper, the top one, from putting items down. So if it was actually facing into the hopper, it all makes sense, but I did not think of it in the moment, and I spent an embarrassingly long time struggling. But I did get to working, and now I know for next time. I think I had this exact same problem when I was building my item filter for the smeltery, so if I take a several months break from these sort of farms, I will forget once again. Yep. Okay, I got my very, very clunky redstone in. And before I can set up the filters here, I need a whole bunch of honey bottles. I think I need 11 per each filter. So this is not all fully hooked up yet, but I'm gonna have to just let this run for a while. But yeah, you can see, who moved the minecart? Oh, that is weird. Oh no, it's gone. Where's my minecart gone? I had the minecart set up in a very specific way, and I think the bees bumped into it because I saw them flying up around and might have moved it. Now I need to go get some carts as well to replace that. But basically, I have a minecart sitting diagonally on top of 4 hoppers. And that minecart, well, there's a minecart with a hopper, pulls through from this chest. So this is where we refill our bottles from. And then you put a minecart diagonally here. It kind of pulls evenly from each hopper. So you get split into 4 sets of items instead of, you know, half of it going to maybe one hopper and the other half going to the other ones. Get split in 4, which is really good. And look at him. You're probably the one that moved my minecart, so I'm gonna have to block off this whole area because the bees keep wandering in. But yeah, all that's pretty much left is to let this run for a while and block this off and then make the cave look all pretty. Pretty. There we go. Got that done. What do you think, guys? I think it looks like nice and lush in here. I almost wonder if I overdid with the decorations and the texturing, but I think it's fine. Although, you know what? Now that I've started recording, I always notice something, and I think this wall needs some extra love. Got tough on me, so we're just gonna put some tough love in there. And how about down here as well? Tough. Yeah, that's better. Okay. It's looking pretty good. I'm happy with this. I am happy with this. It's a bit of a rough one because I can't cover up these hoppers that well, but from up here you can't really see it anyway, so it just looks like a like a weird design choice. And the chests are all accessible just with a bit of jumping. There we go. So that chest up here is for the shears and that one's for the balls, and these are our collection chests. Loads of honeycomb coming in and a decent amount of honey bottles as well now. I did have some issues with the redstone, but I got them all sorted now. So that should hopefully be working fine. I've kind of stood around here for a while and just kept an eye on it because I had empty glass bottles popping out here sometimes, but that seems to have been resolved by me. So that should be okay now. And obviously our last part of the build is making the entrance look pretty. So right now I have this door at the back of the hill, and I don't know if I like the way this hill looks. I might swap it out to some stone actually. Let's do that. A bit of stone. And we're gonna, I think, gradually lead up to tough and mossy cobble to kind of hint at the kind of greenery that's in here. Let's see. Uh-oh. And dirt. Let's fix that. And it was a lilac here in the corner. Yes, I think replacing these as well. I'm gonna put some mossy here. I think a bit of mossy here as well. The andesite's natural, but I've decided to leave it for a bit of texture. And we could also put in tough. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this is kind of cute. If I make it like a little nook. Ooh, I like that. So it's not going to be flush with the hill, but rather it's going to be in like this. Oh, that's kind of cute. That means I have to replace these blocks instead. Awesome, tough. Something that really stands out to me as well is lack of water in this area. So we do have the beautiful coast here, which needs a lot of work to it. But something as lush as the stables and the the bee farm, I feel like it needs a bit of water now. I really wanted to have like a waterfall or something inside the tree, inside the farm here, but I don't trust the bees pathfinding to stay away from the water and not take damage, so I'm not going to do that. I do have a little idea of, let's go back up for a good view. Having like a little river cut through here in between the stables and the tree, and then sort of connect over to that inland bit here. What's it called? Like a bay? I don't know. I'm not too good with names of water features, I guess. But yeah, kind of cut through here and connect over that way. I think that would be nice. And we could have a tiny little bridge here connecting the stables and the tree, and I think that's what I want to go for. But this river needs to start somewhere, so we're going to need some sort of waterfall coming down from this hill as well. That makes a big difference, doesn't it, guys? I just feel like the sand is so bright. It kind of separates the areas really nicely, acts like a divider. And the blue really pops down because we had so much green on green here. And the only kind of pops of colour were the pink, but now we have the blue and the sand as well, and I think that looks amazing. And you can see the tower, and I still think that kind of looks like smoke from this angle. You can see the tower from this angle. It is looking great. Now all I need is a couple bridges here. There's probably going to be a bigger one that kind of weaves through to wherever I'm going to put our next farm, and then a smaller one here on the side as like a little shortcut right here. And I'm going to work on replacing this dirt into some sort of rocky terrain as well. I'm not 100% certain how I feel about this bridge. It might be too rectangular. What if I remove this? I thought it looked good until that angle. This might be better. Let's try that. Oh, I'm not sure. I think that's worse though. Uh-oh. Right. I'll fix that in a second, but overall, I'm pretty happy with this area now. Maybe the sugarcane needs to spread out a little bit more here. And unfortunately, I'm completely out of string. I've made too much candle with my only string. So this bamboo, all of these little bits of bamboo are going to take over all of the landscape. But overall, this is cute, I think. And I add a little cattails. They're pretty good. How does it look if I add two? That's okay. I think I prefer the one. Yeah, leave it like that. I think I'll probably change the bridge. I'm not 100% what I want to do with it yet. Let's have a final look around. I'm really proud of this area, and I think we're gonna have to tackle this string problem quite soon because I want to make a lot of candles and I have something planned for a string farm, so that's going to be next episode. But for this episode, we're up and running with our bee farm. Look at them, they're so cute. Hello. And we're producing loads of honey now and loads of honeycomb, so that's all great. It's fully automatic. All I need to do is just refill the shears and the bowls every so often. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you think of our free range bees. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.